If you are constantly struggling with no love in your life, or you're constantly struggling with powerlessness, then this piece of information may help you. For a long time, I lived with a deep sense of powerlessness. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how much work I put in, people never gave me the status or the recognition I thought I deserved. I was always chasing confidence, chasing personal power, and it always seemed out of reach. Then one day, something from my own tradition, the Indian tradition and philosophy, something I had ignored for years, hit me like lightning. A very personal story. You see, I loved both my parents, but I was closer to my mother. I told her everything. My dad was quiet, reserved, and so I leaned on mom for comfort and guidance. It made her happy, of course. But over time, I could sense something in my father's eyes. A quiet resentment, a feeling of being left out, a sense that I didn't see him. I didn't think much about it back then, but years after my father was gone, the weight of it hit me. And that's when I realized my struggle with personal power, my inability to claim my place in this world, wasn't just bad luck or lack of skills. It was because I had neglected the spiritual bond with my father. I loved him, but I had not honored him. So I did something I'd never done before. I closed my eyes, and in my heart, I asked my father for forgiveness. And in that stillness, I felt that he forgave me. From that day forward, the dynamics in my life began to change. I spoke differently, I walked differently, my confidence felt rooted. I wasn't pushing for respect anymore. It was there. In my culture, we have a saying, Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Mother, father, teacher, God. That's the order of reverence. First, you honor your mother, then your father, then your teachers, and only after that, you honor God. In the US, the order is often said to be God, country, then family. But think about it. That doesn't make sense. Because if you try to honor God without honoring your parents, you've already broken the very first principle of honoring the source that gave you life. Even if they weren't perfect, even if they didn't know how to give you what you needed. They are the reason you exist. Here's something that might change the way you look at your life. If you have a broken or toxic relationship with your mother, love will always feel incomplete. If you have a broken or toxic relationship with your father, power and self-confidence will always feel out of reach. It doesn't matter who was right or wrong. This is not about blame. This is about spiritual balance. In the West, it's normal for kids to move out at 18, set boundaries, and stop talking to parents when there is conflict. And sure, sometimes it's for safety. But many times, it's just plain pain and ego. And that pain carries forward into every part of your life. And here's the part nobody talks about. A society where families break apart early is perfect for a capitalist economy because now that 18-year-old has to buy everything on their own. More money spent, more profits made. But spiritually, something priceless gets lost. Your mother and father are your first gods. When you forgive them, when you honor them, even in their imperfections, you're not just healing a relationship. You are reconnecting to your own source of love and power. So if love feels absent, if confidence feels out of reach, start here. Not because they were perfect, but because without them, you wouldn't have been here to try. When you honor your roots, the tree of your life finally grows strong. Namaste.